Hello, everyone. I am your host, Christine Arth, and I am here with Chris Blackstock.
Hello.
As I stutter on your name, I'm like,
You got it.
Welcome to Adobe Live. That's always a fun intro, right?
Yeah,
You're like,
exactly.
thanks.
Just stumble.
Cool image behind us, by the way.
Yeah.
That's
thank
yours.
you. Yes.
I love it. It's all moody
Yeah.
and dark, and we're in the city.
Yeah,
There's
it
this
was-
wild tree. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was that was a album cover for Haywire.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. and
Rockin', man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Kind of this organic, natural force in this, surrounded by.
I love it.
Hard architecture, city, and technology, and kind of
Fantastic.
nature's always the.
Well,
driving
that's getting us right to the point. We're here for illustration this week. So earlier today we had on, we started out with Leonard. Leonard and I were on this morning at 9 a.m. bright and early. We just left off with Lissy Marlin, hosted by Kathleen Martin. And now we're here with Chris Blackstock. You and me, man. The Chris's. We're doing it.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we will have Emma Zhang on with Kathleen Martin again. So it's going to be a jam-packed day, a jam-packed week. So definitely stick with us. There's amazing illustrations by 4 very different artistic people. So stick with us. We also have some daily submissions. So there's challenges this week. Today, the challenge is to create, by using Leonard Peng's cat art, inspired by that, create your own sketch and submit that, and you have the chance to win a year's worth of Creative Cloud, which is pretty awesome.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, pretty good deal. You're like, I'm
Nice.
submitting.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow it's to use Lissy's color palette to create a sketch as well. And then day 3 is portfolio reviews. We always love that. Everyone gets a chance to get seen and be critiqued by very, very good designers. So pretty cool. Say hello to us, chat. Tell us where you're from. Say hello to Chris. Ask him all of your burning questions. And Chris is like, tweaking his screen over here,
Yeah,
making
trying
sure
to.
everything
No,
is just perfect, It's the artist's call. He's like, hold on, now, wait. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Jan Eric,
back.
Alberto Silva, Terrence,
Oh,
Anel,
I see.
Kimberly, Voodoo,
Awesome.
Val is in the house, Noel.
Awesome.
We've got a good chat room today. Very excited. So, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay. I'll start with the background.
Yes.
I grew up in LA,
Ooh,
but
yeah.
I moved out here in 2005 and went to the Academy of Art.
Nice.
So studied illustration there, dropped out. Worked at a fine art gallery for a handful of years. And while I was doing that, started my freelance career.
Nice.
Doing a lot of stuff for electronic musicians and producers.
Yeah, I was like looking at some of your Instagram work on your feed, and I'm like, oh, super cool.
Yeah.
There's some really fun stuff up there. I know you have a Behance profile too.
Yes.
But just looking through all of this, it's super fun.
Yeah, so that's
Really
kind of how I got
inspired.
started. I
Yeah.
lived in a warehouse with a bunch of
like,
producers,
what?
and so ended up.
Gremlins inspiration here? Little gremlin
Yeah,
love?
always.
Love that.
You always
Yeah,
got some
right?
goodies in there.
Children?
Yeah, my son.
Robots? Super fun.
So yeah, I went to the academy, did all that, and then basically been doing freelance since.
Nice.
Moved down to LA a couple of years ago when I had my son.
Nice. Yeah, you're like, I got a kid now. Got to keep my illustration
And
shop.
yeah, exactly. He needs fun pictures to look at.
Super.
Yeah,
So
so-
what are we going to do today?
So today, basically, I've got like a rough layout for basically to kind of take people through my process of designing a new character
Nice.
in a world that I kind of already have
Yeah,
built out.
you told me a little bit about this world. I'd love to go through and explain.
Yeah, so the working title is called The Deserters.
The Deserters.
The Deserters.
I love it.
Yeah, and it's kind of this idea of people who've had to either leave their current situation, planet, whatever, and kind of had to move on somewhere else.
Yeah. Very
Not-
on
not
point.
always
Very
by-
on point.
Yeah, not always by choice.
Right.
And so it's kind of them running into other people in similar situations and almost being outcast and then being brought into
I love
to
this.
an actual group. And
It's
so.
like a trilogy in the waiting.
Yeah, who knows what it could be. It was definitely something I was doing in my in-between time of gigs and stuff, and when I was kind of getting my feet down in LA. So.
Nice. Well, you've got a lot of love out there in chat today. So Ty Harris is like, "Holy crap, that's killer." Noel Campbell's like, "I love your work."
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Jordan just says like, "You look cool." So Jordan. And good evening from London. Hello, Phil.
Ooh.
So we're gonna be working on
Yeah,
illustration for the week, but
Yeah.
in particular, you have a sketch that you went through already. I'd be curious to know a little bit more about the scenario.
Yes. Okay. So basically, kind of developed this brand new character for this world. He's kind of had this idea of this pilot who doesn't have a plane anymore.
Yeah.
So he's on the ground now. He's most of the places in the deserters are usually pretty like vast, empty,
Desolate.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's not a lot left in most of these places, and it's usually pretty harsh environments.
Yeah. Noelle says gang of misfits.
Yes, exactly.
Love it.
And so this guy was kind of, my grandfather was a pilot, and so I kind of based this off of him a little bit.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the reference, let me see if I can just pull this up. So I kind of had some,
Ooh.
military, like old
Yeah.
World War II vintage military stuff.
Super cool.
Yeah, like pilot, and then, so, and since he's going to be in the desert a lot, and
Yeah.
it's kind of trekking, I kind of referenced the Bedouin people.
Oh, nice.
And kind of their boots, because,
Yeah.
they live in the desert, and it's like, well, what
Gotta
are these,
keep your body covered.
yeah, and what are these
Yeah.
people going to wear? I mean, they're nomadic peoples, and so there's a lot of traveling, a lot of on foot, and
Yeah.
so kind of using that also as inspiration, and the Bedouin coat. And
So cool.
so those are just a few things just to kind of have up, just a quick like, okay.
I love this.
And then also for texture and stuff as we get to that point.
So cool.
Not gonna get to any of that today.
Oh my gosh, you already have a million questions in chat. They're like, what's your process? Where do you start?
Yeah.
What do
okay.
you do?
Well, yeah, definitely. I can definitely take you through that. I
Yeah, awesome.
Usually, let's see. I think I have some other previous sketches, maybe even too. Let's see what else I got on here. So I think this is what I started out with.
Ooh.
Real basic.
Yeah.
And also just before any of this,
Maybe you could zoom in a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
so you
yeah.
can see some detail.
So the format
wow.
I'm working in right now too, in the sizing, is because this is going to be as a desktop background in the
Yep.
end. So that's
Cool.
that's the sizing. if
That's good
anybody's
to know. It's
wondering.
always good to know where it's going before you begin.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it just kind of started out like this, and it was the whole idea of him kind of being in his place, and like, where would he stop to kind of cook his
Is
food?
he eating turkey leg?
I think at the time, some kind of animal.
I'm like, is
not
that
sure.
turkey leg? Because that looks like what I
It
would.
was just
I mean, like, I would eat a
Yeah,
turkey leg.
I was hungry at the time.
Yeah, right? You're like, that looks good.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so it's
He's
kind
come
of
a long way.
yeah, and it was kind of this idea of like, okay, where's he gonna stop to cook? His little friend here, who's
Yeah.
I think a toucan cat
Nice.
monkey
Yeah.
mix.
I love this toucan cat monkey.
Right. Also something that was meant to fly at some point,
Yeah.
but is now
It can't.
grounded.
It's grounded. Yeah. Just like him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kind of a reflection of him.
Yes.
And so, and then as I was doing it, I was like, okay, so he's kind of this. He's got his little pilot's helmet on, and he's got like his poncho, and I think at this
He
point
looks so
I was
sad.
Yeah, at this point I had just kind of laid out his body.
Yeah.
Because usually when I go to sketch, I'll lay in the head and I'll kind of get the spine, and then get your hips in. So you're here, you kind of digging
So
everything
great.
out,
Yeah,
and
it's
then-
cool to see the anatomy structure coming through and what you're doing.
Yeah, and so you're kind of sitting there going and doing all that, and I'll usually lay out the anatomy first.
Nice.
And just kind of do the body.
Makes sense.
So once I have that, that gives me the frame to start putting clothes on him. And so
Super good.
yeah, so
Well, we've
that's
got a lot of excited people out there. Jimmy Mitchell's like, smudge guard alert. Love that. You've got the
yeah.
glove
Yeah.
love.
I-
We're doing it.
I'm
Dave
a-
Arcade loved the glove. You love the glove.
yeah. I'm a very
good, man.
sweaty individual.
It's like to
so,
smooth across the screen. Well, you don't want to
it'd
like
be
get stuck. Yeah,
I
totally.
couldn't do it.
If I was a screen illustrator, I would totally use a glove.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to now be able to work on a Cintiq. I was doing the Intuos, which is great.
Yeah.
But I think working exclusively digital now, it's really nice to feel like I'm doing it traditionally almost.
Totally.
So it's nice.
Everyone's like, yes, the mystical black glove is back.
Yes, of course.
I think it definitely is a thing,
So from here, I had this, and I kind of came up with these little like thermal vents.
Ooh,
This idea of
yeah.
like somewhere where it's like, okay, there's some type of heat coming out of this.
Yeah.
And then from that, kind of came up with this idea of like, well, maybe this is going to be something that traps that.
Ooh, yeah, so he's cooking over a thermal
vent.
vent.
Some type of like geothermal
Very resourceful.
cooker,
yeah,
right?
He's resourceful.
Yeah, he's not always he needs to find energy from somewhere. Maybe he doesn't
Totally.
have, gas or whatever he needs to do that.
Love this.
So from there it kind of grew into what we got now.
Wow, yes. Again, it's progressed quite a bit.
Right. So like, we've got the helmet. Let me see if I can. I'm just gonna start a new layer so I can start drawing on top of this. Doesn't really matter.
So good. I love his friend. Is that his tail?
Yeah. So he's kind of it's like this little cat in here.
He has a really nice face.
Yeah. Well, with the toucan or the
No, the man.
the man. Right.
I was like, I feel like I can see him as a real person.
Right, and usually I'll have a lot of reference. This time it kind of happened naturally.
Yeah. Thinking of Grandpa.
Yeah, and so usually what I'll do with this whole dessert series, I've done another illustration here, and so this was kind of the basis to start it off of.
Wow.
And this is kind of like, okay, this is who this guy is. Let's just do like a bust, all that character in that face. Like this is gonna kind of dictate.
Yeah.
The sketch that I'm doing now.
Yeah, I like good character.
Yeah, it's like a nice way to do a bust. It's kind of like I can tell enough of the story, but I don't have to do this full body.
People are like,
thing.
oh wow.
So I'm basically gonna try to take this feeling and go ahead and
create
apply
it in here. Nice.
Yeah, apply it here. So we got the pilot's helmet, and then I kind of wanted a cool way for him to have goggles,
yeah,
but not really be strapped to him.
Right.
I wanted it to be almost a part of the helmet, It's kind of like
so they can like turn down, kind
totally.
of.
Yeah,
okay,
good. I'm glad
I totally got that. I was like,
yeah.
it's like headphones, but not.
Right, you can kind of see it here, where it's got this, you can kind of.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't make those.
I don't know either.
Right?
It's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, this is a great idea.
And then you've got this little area here.
I'd bike with those.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably would have helped
Be
a
a
lot
way better
with,
bike helmet. Yeah, with the smog.
The air quality
I know,
recently.
man. Yeah.
But yeah, it's this idea of they can rotate over, and then it's got this slider so it can kind of suction to his face. And you've got the little pads in there to kind of keep it, and then the traditional bandana to go over the top. So.
Yeah.
So that was all those dust storms.
Yeah, dust storms. He's in a desolate area. You need all this protection.
You need this stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like going to Burning Man or something.
Exactly.
He's like a legit burner.
Yeah. Yes. And so I've got him over this thing, and then this is basically his backpack that I've kind of laid out.
Is that a big animal to the side?
Yeah. So,
okay, I totally saw that just now, and I'm like, what?
It didn't start. He was not there originally.
Yeah,
but,
this is cool.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to have an extra element of maybe like why he's stopping to eat, and I kind of like this idea of like he just put this big guy down.
Yeah.
And it's time to snack.
Yeah.
Like it's time to eat, and I figured whatever was in here. Is
part of the guy, part of the
something
animal.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. It's like instead of it being a turkey leg, it's like a toenail from this giant thing. He's like, I'm eating your pinky toe.
Exactly. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and find. I'm super basic with Photoshop as far as
This is great.
my brushes. Like I always say I'm kind of a caveman when it comes to Photoshop, but. I'm
with Monier's like next level stuff right now.
Yeah. I try to explain it where I almost try to play dumb so it limits my scope as far as like what I can use, and because you can always add stuff.
Totally.
And Photoshop's such a massive program. There's so many options that
definitely
you don't want to get lost.
No,
you want to stay
deep,
focused.
yeah.
So I'll usually just use.
So
like
Voodoo Val has an amazing question for you. Are you a Borderlands fan?
I did play the original Borderlands.
All right. Dave Goodman's like, Borderlands!
That was a pretty fun one. Yeah.
Amazing. I'm not going to pretend I have no idea what Borderlands is. I'm sorry,
I am a huge video game nerd, so I definitely know
like, Borderlands. I'm like, is that a TV series? Like Lost in Space? Or I don't know. Kerwin loves it.
Let me pull up
yes.
our sites. This is like, I'm on a new Cintiq and stuff, so I just got to figure out.
Cool, yeah, feel it out. This is good.
Usually I always get rid of the spacing. Obviously what I'm basically using is a liner brush that I also double as just like filling in flats and other things.
Super.
So that should be fine, I think. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, chat and win is in the countdown now, you guys. So as long as you're out there and you're in chat, you have a chance to win. We've got about 13 minutes until we turn that on and the bot selects the lucky winner. So stick with us. We're here with Chris, and he is just starting to sketch on top of his sketch.
Yes.
Of Borderlands-like, desolate-like.
And so I think I was gonna
the deserters, right?
Yeah. I think I was
deserters.
gonna try to maybe like refine the sketch, but
I think it's pretty refined.
Think it might, yeah, I know. I can
like,
be
that's
very
pretty good.
detail oriented, but I think what I might do is just dive in and see what I can do to start finalizing lines and stuff.
Well, Aurelia asked what we're winning. Tell us what we're winning. Well, Aurelia, we're winning a Lay Flat Technology Moo notebook. So pretty awesome. It comes in its own holder, so you can actually have it just stand up all on its own. Pretty good. Moo is like pretty brilliant for doing that for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and usually just reduce the transparency so I can start to see this thing. And what I might even do is...
Hello, Nazar. Hello, Ty. Welcome.
I just flatten this.
Voodoo Val really loved the coffee mark in the background of this. She's like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
The morning ritual.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go
Morning ritual. I love it.
I'm going to just reduce this in size and just kind of have this here as reference.
Nice.
And that'll just kind of be there when I need it.
I like it. Like, just in case I need to look at that strong chin, it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. Aaron says, amazing art. Your sketch alone could be considered finished work. I agree. You're like, I think I'm going to refine this a little further. And I was like, don't do it, man. It's so good. Don't mess it up.
I know. I wish.
I'm like, you're good. You're good.
So good. I usually try to label stuff as much as I can.
Yeah.
My layers. It doesn't always happen. But
like bird layer.
Yeah, just
chicken bone layer.
Yeah. Well, usually I'll have it like usually have like a rough sketch, a final sketch, and then I'll have a line layer, and then after that I'll kind of break it into colors or like
Got it.
Like the toucan, the two cats, whatever you want to call it. That'll have its own layer. He'll have his own layer.
Got it.
The monster have his own layer.
Will you group them then, and like the man has his own group of layers? Or will it usually be on one layer? Yeah.
If it gets there, I'll do that.
Nice.
I try not to create too many layers because I think
it's confusing.
Well, and I think at a certain point, let me see if this is the... Yeah.
People want a bird like that. Dave wants that bird.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then Jimmy Mitchell asks, does this guy have a name?
I have him as Big Jim.
Big Jim!
That was my grandfather's name. So.
Big Jim and his bird cat.
Big Jim and his bird cat. All right, let's see.
We were like really into naming these paintings today, where I'm calling it a painting, but earlier we had large horse with small man in cape. And now it's Big Jim with his bird cat.
Let's see if I can get this.
I kind of love that.
This not... flows. I gotta figure out what.
You just figure it out. We're just gonna stare into Big Jim.
Yes, please.
Yes. Follow that bird.
I don't know why this opacity. Let's see if I can find another brush.
This is great. Hello, Ty, Jimmy, Terrence, Dave, Monir, Aaron. Welcome. Thank you for joining us in chat. Got lots of repeating people out there. It's always fun to see you guys come back for more illustration. Yes.
Maybe this will work. Sorry. I couldn't transfer over my settings, so I'm just trying to find.
Oh, no worries.
And there's just too many cool Kyle brushes on here.
Mm-hmm. Marc Latulippe has a question. Why do you choose Photoshop over Illustrator? And then 2 parts. Would you choose one over the other if the piece needed to be used on multiple ways over a campaign?
I usually mostly use Photoshop just because it's closer to painting. Illustrator I'll use. I do typography sometimes. Illustrator's nice. If I need something that's really structured and tight, or almost more like architectural, I'll use Illustrator. But I just been using
Photoshop's nice and
Photoshop longer.
fluid, yeah.
I'm a little more comfortable with it.
Yeah. I think the fluidity too of the line work is really nice.
Yeah, let me see.
Nice. Good question, Mark.
This brush was working. No, I'm trying to find just like a round brush on here. The default brushes. I don't even know how to do this. There's so many of them now.
Maybe into the, if we go into the.
I think up in here.
Yep, and then get more brushes.
Let's see.
And then, oh.
That's gonna take us.
Yep, there we are, Kyle Brush. Hello, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't want that. Let's see. Let's pull it
In
up
your
again.
brush pack.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the general round one, right?
I
Default.
think so. But let me see.
And
I thought I
then
had
make
it, but
super
the,
tiny.
I don't know if this flow. Okay.
Nice.
I don't know why it was. Yeah, it almost felt
We
like
got
it was
you now.
very transparent last time. Okay. Let's see if this works.
Kendra's asking, are you excited about Project Gemini?
I don't know what that is.
We don't know what that is, Kendra.
What is
Do
it?
explain.
Probably.
You're like, yeah, I think so.
Anything?
Not yet. We have a slight lag, so we'll get that answer soon.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Ty Harris says you can almost imagine a raspy voice when you look at Big Jim.
Yes.
He has that character of that weathered face.
Yes.
It's nice.
He's been around.
He's been around. He's seen a lot.
Yes.
Wow. This is so fun.
So I'm just gonna go in here and be relatively confident, but also know that I do have an undo,
Nice.
which is always.
I like that.
Let's pull this guy in here for one. Let's see. We can even shrink him a little bit more.
Adobe Gemini, that's right. It's the iPad app for Photoshop. So, yes.
I do not have an iPad.
Christmas is coming up.
I know. I'm out of the loop.
I don't have one either.
I'm trying to get.
I'm a one computer kind of person. I'm like too many apparatuses or apparati.
Yes, I'm trying to get a new Cintiq. That's my.
Nice. That works.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
I like that companion where you can kind of bring it anywhere. Mm-hmm. Should be great.
Yes, Andre, to answer your question, you can submit during this session. The challenge will be up and running, and we will be looking at submissions during this session, as well as one more later today. So you have 2 more opportunities to submit.
Let's see. So I'm basically just going in here, trying to stay confident and, just use my knowledge.
It's looking good.
That I've, just years of training. That's the one thing everybody always has to know. It's like, you don't do this overnight.
No.
It's like, it's a
exactly.
constant battle.
Yeah.
Even when you think you're
Over
awesome
time.
and you got there, somebody's going to put you to shame. and you're
Totally.
like, I don't know anything.
Yeah, I know. Oh, hey, Seb. Welcome.
Hello.
We've got Robzilla out there, too.
Nice.
What's up, Rob?
Let's see.
Zilla in the house.
Okay.
Do, do, do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I love it. I'm like, do, 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 do. Everybody hears music but us. It's not fair.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're all
Right?
jamming out.
I know. I'm like jamming out to nothing.
You got nothing.
I got nothing. But we do have 4 minutes until the challenge, so someone's going to win this Moo notebook. I know. Lay flat technology. I like how they did that.
So what is that?
It means it lays flat. It's like literally.
Actually, which is pretty cool.
Which is awesome because no
gonna
matter
say.
what page you turn to, it's like flat. It's pretty great.
Yeah, it's actually kind of, that is something that's kind of a pain.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody's looking forward to trying Gemini. It's awesome. I think some people are already using it, so it's pretty great.
And so that's the kind of like,
It's like Photoshop.
converted version
for iPad. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Yes, Seb, as long as you're in chat, you have the opportunity to win.
Okay.
Hello, Owen. Nice to see you. Yeah, the Moo notebook is dope.
Okay,
Yay.
so...
Ooh, this is looking great already.
Fleshing out. And I want to make sure, too, with a lot of this stuff, to make it successful, is you really have to think about the forms.
Mm-hmm.
And a big thing, especially with illustration, is wraparounds and, ellipses and making sure that when, there's that center line here that's happening, when I go up his head, if I go over here, all of a sudden,
his head feels...
You're thrown off, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so you really want to make sure that you're really guiding that line up. And
nice.
Just be better.
Ooh, I love the rotation of the canvas. Man, Leonard was doing that earlier. It was like blowing my mind. I was like, yes, just
definitely
change
helps.
it.
And to thank God you can just shift and rotate it to get it back. Otherwise, you're just
I know, you'd be like, oh my gosh. Yeah, you'd never find center again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Akbar has a great question. How much do you rely on brush pressure as opposed to sizing your brush manually?
It depends on what I'm doing. For this, I don't want it to have it too big. Mm-hmm. But I like it so that when I'm, I can get something decent for filling in or for big black spaces. But I want to make sure that I can get this like
fine line too.
I want it to feel like almost like a liner brush.
Yeah.
So I think that's important that I can always get to that.
Yeah.
So I'll usually make it so that it's small enough that...
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both,
yeah. It's tricky. Hello, Alberto, Yana, Jeremy, Romaine, Ricky, Zachary. So many new people joining us. For those of you who are just joining, we are here with Chris Blackstock, and he is illustrating Big Jim and his crazy bird cat.
Yes, it's very great.
I was like, and we did it. Yes, to rotate the canvas, it's Shift R.
Yes.
Everybody loves that tool today. It's a great tool.
It's pretty important.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something you do in traditional art as well.
Tricky.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, 2 minutes to chat and win, you guys.
Because when you're doing some of these lines, you don't want to put your hand in an awkward position.
Exactly.
You're going to get something really jittery and no fun. Mm-hmm. So.
We want fun.
Yeah.
We don't want no fun.
No fun is no fun.
No fun.
Let's see. So it's something like this.
I really like his headphone/helmet goggles.
Yeah. And these are always...
They're so cool.
It's usually hit or miss as far as getting these ellipses. I try to...
That looks pretty good. I think you're hitting it.
Yeah, I try to do it. I don't, it's tough, and it's something that you can always kind of come back and flesh out. But try to.
Scott Lang, save that question, and we will answer it after chat and win. That's a good one.
What do we got?
We got a little inspiration.
Oh, cool.
We're curious about some of that.
Cool.
Ooh, 16 seconds and someone gets a notebook. Oh my gosh. I know, right? Intensity.
I wish that was my everyday life. That'd be amazing.
Right? I know.
You get a notebook.
You get a notebook. Amazing. Okay, guys, it's time. Let's ready for chat and win. Who likes rotation? Shift Command R. And rotate. And rotate. All right, chat and win, and chat and win. Who's gonna win? People are liking rotate. Yeah, shift rotate. No command. Don't do the command.
Don't do the command.
It's like.
Okay, I need to bring that.
And the inside. It's got some pink paper in there, which is pretty cool. See, pink, white, pink.
Oh my gosh.
White. Lay flat technology with a string to not lose your page. Thank you, Moo. I hope I win.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to be in chat to win.
Yeah,
I know.
Enter? What happened?
I didn't enter, no. I can't. I think I'm not allowed. I'm banned from it.
Something of conflict of interest.
Yeah, conflict of interest, exactly. Oh, I hope that you guys all win. We're all winners on the inside, right?
Yes.
You're like, yeah, 100%. Oh,
right.
We've got a winner.
Who is it? Kaylee Sands?
Kaylee Sands, you won.
Congratulations.
You won Moo's Lay Flat Technology Notebook. It has so many beautiful pages with little circles in the corner so you can put in your page number. It's amazing. But we're all winners, so if you didn't win, go visit moo.com/Adobe Live for a discount on your order and to browse limited edition holiday products. Thank you, Moo. You are the best.
Awesome.
We moo you.
Congrats again.
Congrats. All right, so we're back at it.
So
What's Big Jim doing while we were gone? Ooh.
Trying to get these.
He's getting these
some
goggles on.
Complicated stuff. Yeah, maybe.
Love this.
Maybe I'll try to just keep going and not be too tight with some of this. It might need some more.
I like it.
Restraint.
He's
later.
already coming to life. He's no longer blue.
No.
I like this.
So we got his goggles here, and we're trying to just think of the space and how it's wrapping around his giant head here.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go back to Scott Lang's awesome question earlier. Inspiration. What is your inspiration? Where does it come from?
A lot of Saturday morning cartoons, video games.
Nice. I'm sensing a little like He-Man, Gray Skull Castle nostalgia.
There's something. It's. I feel like a lot of the stuff I do is kind of got this like retro futuristic vibe.
Love it.
You know, it's like using
Totally
kind of like
into it.
new concepts and ideas, but the style somehow harkens back to an old school way.
Yeah. Paul Alvarez says
things.
G.I. Joe.
Yes. Watch some G.I. Joe as a child.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of those buried in my parents' backyard.
Yes. But I think beyond that, just a lot of, modern illustrators and fantasy stuff. I used to love, I haven't looked at the newest ones, but Spectrum.
Ooh.
Which is, it's kind of like the best of the best for like fantasy illustration.
Yeah.
For commercial
Who out there
published.
knows Spectrum?
It's a pretty cool book. And
Super.
Yeah, and that's like it's judged each year by, I think it's a rotating panel of judges.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Terrence. We'll see you soon. Noelle's like, Chris sounds like a cool guy he'd be friends with. She'd be friends with.
Oh, thank
Everyone
you.
would be friends with. We're all your friends.
Oh, yes. I have so many friends now.
You're like, I'm so friendly.
I had so few before.
Yeah.
Okay. These goggles aren't very fun, so I'm going to keep...
You're like, these goggles aren't fun.
I'm gonna move on.
Well, it's all about having fun, you know?
Yeah.
This is so great.
So we're just kind of blocking in a shadow there that I'm going to...
Deanna is loving your style.
Thank you. Let's see.
Very good. Cool, so bring on some more questions for Chris. And while you guys are thinking of those questions, I hope you're also doing your challenge submission. So today's challenge is to use inspiration from Leonard Peng's cat illustration and do a sketch based on whatever you're inspired by from that. Could be another animal, could be the color palette, it could be whatever you want.
Could be a pug.
Could be a pug, yeah, I know, I'm like, pug love. So definitely get your illustrations in. You've got about 25 minutes and you'll have the chance to win a subscription to Creative Cloud for a full year.
That's
pretty awesome. Yeah. Welcome, Jason Rose. He says this looks great.
Thank
yes,
you.
It does.
Yes.
Oh, I like his kind of his grin. He's kind of like a you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just alive today. Like he
Yeah.
has that kind of
I tend
sour grin.
Yeah,
I like it.
A lot of my characters tend to be smug or have. Yeah, they're usually not frowning. They've usually got a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a little like cheekiness to him. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
hiding
always
something.
something. Okay. So
Sebastian's asking, what are your feelings towards stickering your laptop, computer, or phone?
like putting stickers on it? Mm-hmm. I don't really do it. I probably should. I'm so like when it comes to like certain things like my clothes and like customizing things,
You're like, no, I don't do it.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't do it. Yeah.
I love all that stuff, but I'm lazy when it comes to those things. I'm not that cool.
So funny. Okay, so Zachary's asking, Chris, any other electronic artists you'll be working with in the new year?
So I'm currently working with Kill Paris. I've put out a couple of singles recently, or covers for singles they just released. That's on my Instagram if you want to check that out. And then getting ready, he's doing a full release in actually Valentine's Day.
Cool.
So doing his album cover for that, and hopefully be doing visuals for his live tour and everything.
Super cool.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
Arlie Medina asks, what music do you listen to?
It varies.
And out of curiosity, do you listen while you work usually?
I do. It depends. Sometimes sometimes I watch movies like in the background on TV. Yeah. Hulu just got King of the Hill.
Oh.
So
you just did a little dance there. You're like, Hulu just got King of the Hill.
King of the Hill.
I was like, all right, old man.
Yeah, one of those shows that is so funny to listen to in the background. But yeah, sometimes I'll listen to music, anywhere from, like new disco, house.
Oh yeah, I love disco.
Like drum and bass, but I'll even listen to a lot of like jazz and
nice.
Even like Sinatra and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But I think mostly I like to listen to things that don't have lyrics.
Yeah,
because it's
less distracting.
It's distracting.
I do that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
or if I do know the lyrics, then it's better just because I don't listen to them anymore.
Exactly.
Aw.
But I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm less in the loop with the cool music these days.
Oh man.
So. Okay. Let's do this little.
So Monir's asking, what do you do when you get creative block, and how do you avoid it?
That's a great question. Because I procrastinate a lot.
Do you?
Often. Oh my gosh. What's funny, because my wife says I never stop working. Mm-hmm. But little does she know.
You're like, shh.
Yeah.
Don't tell.
Yeah, sometimes I'm working and sometimes I'm just
You're just
distracted.
like drawing stuff that you're like, I know this is going nowhere. I'm just doing it.
I find the best thing to do is kind of have people that you really like or work that you like that you can kind of go back and pull up that, because
it inspire you.
Yeah, just pull up inspiration and
you're like, they did it, they got through the day, I can do this.
I think a really awesome thing that helps me a lot is going for a walk or just leaving the desk, and just that sometimes can get things jogged, you get ideas moving. Let's see, I want to make sure this is
totally.
But I think that's a big one, is kind of just learning how to step away for a little bit.
Refresh your own mind and make sure that you're still human.
Exactly. Because, I probably stare at a screen.
Oh, yeah.
Like at least 12 hours a day.
I hear you.
If not more.
Yeah.
Obviously if I'm working on something, it could be anywhere up to 16 hours.
Totally. For
crunch time.
And you're like, God, that also means I sit for 16 hours. And I'm like, oh man.
I've got a bad knee, and it
right?
It's not helping.
Bad,
yeah.
Oh man. Yes, Voodoo Val is right. 20 minutes until the challenge deadline. So definitely check out the challenge tab for more details. We want to get your inspirational cat-like illustrations into this feed. That's right. It's almost like cat-like reflexes.
I'm excited.
Ooh, we've got a couple in there. I'm pretty excited. Yeah. I'm like, no peeking.
I want to be surprised.
You're like, what?
I want to be surprised.
Oh, so good.
Okay.
Earlier, someone had asked, when you get pretty far along, do you then hide your sketch in the background?
Yes. It's usually just a reference layer for me. Eventually it disappears completely.
Yeah.
It's not going to be in the final piece.
Like slowly turn down the transparency. You're all like, I'm good.
Yeah. It never exists. I did this
right? You're like,
I
just did this. It was amazing. You're like, look at me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm so good at what I do.
You're like,
I was impressed that,
you got some big gym action going on right there, right?
I think I liked how this one turned out, because it depends. Sometimes I need more reference to get a pose down or something. And this one was actually just straight from my head. And so there were little things off, like maybe his proportions are perfect or something, but I've generally learned that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look good to your eye.
I like
and
that.
And so, that's always a thing in doing figure drawing in school and stuff. It's like...
Totally. It's got to look good to you.
Yeah, don't draw what's in front of you. You want
draw what's in your mind.
Yeah, and it's like, if you see a tangent or if you see a mistake, it's like, don't draw it just because it's there. You want to change the composition or the sketch to make it look better.
Well, we have two pretty good questions out there. First, I'm going to ask you, what's your workstation like, and do you use multiple screens? Sierra is curious.
Yes. So my workstation is half of my child's bedroom.
I love it. They're like, you're like, go back to bed.
Yeah, super cool.
This is great segue into the rest of this question. So keep going. Is
Yeah,
there more to this?
I have a 27-inch iMac desktop.
Nice. Multiple screens?
So yeah, I use that, and then I have a 13-inch HD Cintiq.
Ah, nice.
So that's kind of like my dual screen. So I usually pull up my reference and everything.
Yeah.
Up on my iMac. And
I like it. Well, this leads into Lauren Lanzero's question.
I know her.
Chris, how do you balance work and family life, and can you truly have it all?
Okay. Well, I do know Lauren, and I think I'm coming over.
I kind of had a feeling you knew this person.
Yeah, your husband's making me dinner tonight, I believe.
She's like, surprise.
Yeah. Let's see.
How do you balance? Can you have it all? Sounds like you can. You're working with your kids,
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. I mean, I've been working from my home for the last 2 years, which has been really nice. After I had my kid, I mean, I was able to stay home and keep going, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's like pros are you're at home, I get to spend time with my kid and not have to leave for work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like...
Yeah, you're at home.
I'm at home.
You're like, I have no break.
Yeah, dada.
That's how I feel.
Dada.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so it's kind of a blessing and a curse. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. I think
that's great.
Really important for me to be there as a father, and so, but it can be slightly distracting sometimes.
So I guess you can have it all, can't you?
Yes, I have it all.
It's just all of it might not be what you imagine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pros, no commute.
Yeah, I can eat.
Lee Cooper's like, ha ha ha, OMG. Too funny. Love this.
Like I'm right next to the kitchen, which is nice.
That's great. Yeah, you just like reach out, grab something, bring it back in.
Scoot my chair out.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Just go to the fridge.
Yeah. I'm like, this is pretty good. Christian, welcome. He says, nice work.
Thank you.
Do.
So yeah, I'm just doing boring line stuff.
It's pretty cool though, seeing it come together.
Yeah, slowly but surely. It's happening.
Yeah.
Should we get some...
Big Jim.
Big Jim's ready to eat.
Yeah.
He's excited.
He wants to eat that weird monster in the background. Do you know what kind of monster that is?
I don't know yet. I was gonna...
You're like, not yet.
Yeah, I was gonna sketch him out a little bit more probably. Some kind of large ape.
Large
crocodile.
Ape crocodile. I like this because it's like a bird cat and an ape crocodile.
Yeah, I find it.
Or an ape gator.
Yeah, it's really fun to just kind of combine animals and see what design that creates.
Yeah.
I like to do that a lot. So.
Safira, welcome. Mike, welcome. Woohoo! Got some new peeps out there. So if you're just joining us, we are here with Chris. He is designing Big Jim. Well, I would say you're like in the thick of line art right now.
Yes.
He's already done a really cool sketch of Big Jim and his bird cat in this like desolate landscape. And now he's going over and doing all of the fine line detail on top of it. Yeah. So, yes. He's just copying himself right now.
Yeah. I'm fighting off the shaky hand.
Yeah, right? You're like, coffee, why?
It's working for the most part.
Yes, the Blackstock is his Insta. Check it out. It's awesome.
Please.
Yeah, that's right. We realized that we need to have 10,000 followers in order to like do special things on Instagram today. We're like,
I could get 10,000 followers today.
Yeah. So I'll go follow him and we'll get him up there.
Like, oh, you wanted to use this program?
Yeah.
$10,000.
$10,000. Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly.
You're not cool enough yet.
No, not yet. But soon.
Soon.
They're like, here's for hope.
Soon I will be posting every day at every hour.
Yes.
People will wait. Wait for
Oh,
my
that's
posts.
super, Dave. We will super see you later.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Let's do some fill in there. So usually
So
too with
cool.
I kind of this style because I could do a few different ones. I mean
Ooh, I love those little like leather straps on his glove.
yes, I figured
Fancy
that's
watch.
some type of GPS
Futuristic
system
Yeah.
or some, that's his smartwatch.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like future past, like when you look to Star Wars, the very beginning, which was technically the end.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like they had all this cool stuff and gadgetry, but it was still really archaic and run down.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, Voodoo Val, that was for you.
So now just kind of going in here and doing some pretend folds here.
Super see ya.
Oh.
Yeah, sub.
Let's see. Tension at the knee.
Nice. Little baggy knee action.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get stuffed into his boot, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
makes sense.
So you got like some compression folds and a little
Ooh.
zigzag.
Yeah. Oh, right. You were talking about crazy folds earlier. That's right. Like
Yeah, I should
compression
probably-
folds and diaper folds.
Yeah,
and
let's see.
I was like, what? I was like, you got to explain that.
I think I got it on one of these layers.
I was
here.
like, lightning, what? Huh?
Man, I'm pulling up all this crazy stuff.
Yes, Star Wars.
Let's see. Okay, I think I've made some notes. Okay.
Ooh,
Half lock folds.
look
that's
at
what they're called.
this.
I think it's,
So
I
cool.
think it's off.
Show us the diaper fold.
Yeah.
I was like, tell me more.
Okay, there we
You're
go.
like, this is inspired by my early childhood days raising my child.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the bandana has kind of got the diaper folds where you've got
Oh, like
kind
the.
of it's pinched at one point and
Yep.
it drapes down. It's kind of what
Nice.
those create. And then the half lock fold is usually at a point of compression, like especially at your knee, where the fold
Half
actually
lock.
yeah, the fold
Oh.
actually
Buckles?
and it pushes outward
Yeah.
instead. So it kind of creates those like that kind of oops.
No problem, Voodoo Val. I will always read in the voice that you prescribe.
So yeah, those are
So
just
cool.
some different
Oh,
types
and then
of
a
folds.
zigzag fold.
Zigzag folds are kind of these things. They're
Oh,
kinda
like a back and forth.
Going back
yeah.
and forth. Yeah, exactly.
So cool. I love all of this. Like, it's deep-seated fashion.
Yeah.
That's what it really is.
It's funny because that really is. I mean,
Yeah.
you really need to know fashion.
like ruching.
Yeah,
You know, like
it's-
it's a thing.
And that's the thing is like illustration.
It's all about anatomy of every single object, like the anatomy of fabric.
Yes. And,
Yes.
Illustrations. I've always been admired it so much because you kind of have to know how to do everything.
Yeah, it's kind of like acting with your hand.
You're
You know?
rebuilding this world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
it's not easy, and you kind of have
Totally.
to understand how, it's like when you go to
Yeah.
design a city or what, it's like, okay, you got to
Yeah, you gotta be an architect.
We got to be a fashion designer.
That's
you got to be a
right.
graphic designer.
That's right.
You've got to you got to
I'm
be an
totally
actor.
with
You have
you,
to know how
yeah,
people move
exactly.
and so there's
Yup.
a lot that goes into
A
it.
pet wrangler? I mean, like,
A pet
what's
wrangler?
this
Yes.
bird cat gonna do? We gotta know.
That's right.
So true.
So there's a lot
Man,
of stuff.
so much stuff. It's hard being an illustrator.
And it's not easy.
It's not easy. There's a
not
lot to
easy.
know, man. There's a lot to know.
Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
probably fudging some of this
Star
stuff, but
Wars.
I'll go back and clean it up while you guys are watching.
That's right. That's right. Paul Alvarez asks, have you ever thought of trying costume illustration, designing the outfits for entertainment?
I have not,
That would be sick.
but that does sound awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Yeah, it's. I'm currently working on a comic book right now,
So cool.
and that's been an interesting challenge.
Comics.
because
yeah, I
it's-
bet. So many things to illustrate.
Well, the way we've been doing is I've been working with the writer Corey, and he's got a script that I work from. And then
Ooh.
usually it's comics is usually like panel one this, panel two
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But instead this way it's like I'm taking a screenplay and then I'm translating it.
In your own mind, like
So
what
I
it
have
would
to
look
break
like.
down scene to scene. So it's like storyboarding and directing.
Yeah.
But it's also I'm doing costume design for the
Yeah,
characters as I make
that's
them. It's like,
cool.
all right, well,
That's
how's this
really
gonna,
cool.
how would this look on screen? How would this look as someone cosplaying this? How,
Totally.
It's kind of.
You're like, there's gonna be a lot of diaper folds here.
A lot of diaper
A
folds.
lot of diaper folds.
Okay, I remember one thing I wanted to do. I don't. Gosh, I think I.
Pleats. Ooh, pleats are also a good one. Like,
Yes.
like the pleating.
Here's a
Oh,
reference.
look at you.
So this was something that I kind of did this afterwards, but I thought it'd be good just to have.
Yeah,
And
to show the anatomy of what it would look like.
Well, it's just kind of an example of using it, but not directly translating it. And, But I remember that I wasn't super stoked on these hands. I wanted to use this a little more as reference. Gosh, I gotta pull this in.
This is great. Well, you can see the folds on your knee.
Yeah, you can see those folds. You can kind of, yeah, exactly. So, I don't know if I gotta pull that if I go into the Finder and pull that in.
Super good.
Let's see. We'll mess with that later.
There's a lot of wow and nice out there.
Sweet.
People are like, wow.
Sweet. Nice. Wow. So I'm just gonna move down his leg there and pull up the boots.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's get these guys over here. So cool.
Hello, Kurt. Kurt loves your illustration style.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Noelle Red is asking, what tablet screen are you illustrating on? This is a Wacom.
Yeah, this is a
Cintiq?
22 HD Cintiq.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really
Pretty
awesome.
legit.
Yeah, I wish I had one.
Yeah, right? Adobe, let's send him one. Woo!
Yeah, at home, I work on a 13-inch, so I kind of was just like, you know what?
Like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Right?
I haven't worked on one like this, but I figured, be fun. I've got more freedom.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so
You
this is
can
great.
use that anti-smudge glove all over the place.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa. That's awesome.
So I'm just kind of building.
Yes,
up.
less than 10 minutes for the challenge submission. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited to see what you guys are doing.
It's intense.
Inspiration from cats. Oh man, there's some funny ones in there.
I'm sure there are.
I cannot wait.
Okay. Just a little bit of
Definitely get those in there. It's so worth it because you get the chance to win a year's worth of Creative Cloud subscription, which is such a good win. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be announcing the winner tomorrow morning with Leonard Peng in the first session. So
That's awesome.
yeah, you'll have to come back in tomorrow to make sure you guys see if you won or not. Do.
Let's see. Okay, some kind of strap there, and then he's gonna have. Let's kind of make it that other line that's gonna come down,
Nice.
and these are gonna be kind of tied together. I like that idea of.
Oh yeah, like the cinching.
Yeah, and then maybe you can have something going over, like he's kind
Right,
of
like
wrapping it.
double wrapped.
Yeah,
Totally.
and stuff like that. You can, and then after I can go back and erase those out.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of give them some volume. Let's see.
Those are cool boots. I imagine those being like new school fries.
Yes, all of those.
Yeah, all of those. All of the things.
All of the things that you just said.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Amazing.
Okay. So I'm kind of got
Do you ever create a character, like outfit for a character, and then you're like, I really wish I had that?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Now that I think about it, probably.
You're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Bye, Seb. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow or maybe later. Woo woo.
Yeah. I'm such a plain Jane.
I love it. I'm
Yeah.
such a plain Jane.
Yeah. I try. I used to be a little more crazy with my clothing selection.
Super funny.
Yeah. Now I'm just a boring dad.
You're like, now I just sit at home for 16 hours in my pajamas
Yeah,
and stare at
exactly.
a screen.
Oh, this is good to point out too. I do this all the time, where I'll pull up the photo reference and then I'll start drawing on that layer.
So funny.
So,
Did you do that?
Yeah, I just totally did that. I'm
That's
like,
okay. You
oh.
can cut and paste.
Exactly. So I
right?
usually just is this the last? What I got?
I love it. You're like, it's cool.
Okay, that's
Just gonna keep that
yeah.
there.
So I'll just lasso it, Command X, and then Command Shift V.
Nice.
I think that's a. Oh, is it different on this? Okay, is that? Maybe
No,
it's
is
not.
it?
should
No,
just
it could be
post it.
Command Shift V.
I thought it was Command.
Paste in place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does it say new layer? It's changed. Yeah, you're watching Command Shift V. Okay.
I think it might just be Command V.
I'm just gonna do that. I'll just scoot
You're
it
like,
over.
I'm just gonna scoot it.
Normally it's Command Shift V.
Melanie Mitchell says she does that all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just kind of wiggle it down here and.
Yeah, right?
Commands.
You're like, it's cool.
Yeah, merge it.
Big Jim doesn't mind, so his foot's a little bit off center.
Yeah, it's fine. No
He's
big
like,
deal.
I'm good, as long as I can keep walking.
Oh, man, all these things are a little bit different. That's okay. I thought Command D was merged.
So
now it's
funny.
moving the layer down. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, moving on. So now we got our guy. He's relatively interesting.
Yeah. I really like that wristwatch he's got going on. I really feel the tightness of it with those straps.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost something that he probably never takes off.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably filthy and stinky. That good stink. That good leather stink.
Aurelia says she was just described as the same. PJ's 16 hours a day in front of my screen.
Yes, always.
Totally.
Yeah, my wife will sometimes look at me and she's like, really?
She's like, really? She's like, you're a
You haven't
mess.
changed?
She's like, oh geez, what did I get into?
Yeah. You haven't changed yet? When's the last time you showered?
Yeah.
It's like, nobody knows.
No one knows. No one cares.
Nobody cares. Yeah, exactly.
You're like, who really cares?
Yeah, other than you.
Yeah, unless you have a Skype meeting, all you gotta do is put a top on.
That's it.
Very true. All right, you guys have 2 minutes left to get your submissions in. It's a great opportunity to get a year's worth of Creative Cloud, so definitely submit. I'm seeing some really fun ones in there, but I'd love to see some more. And you also get Chris's feedback, so that's even more invaluable.
And I should probably save it, just in case.
Oh yeah, you should definitely save.
I should probably
do
save.
it. Woo.
I'll do too many.
Thank goodness you said that. There's usually someone in chat that's really good about reminding us.
Should I just save it to the desktop?
Do it.
Okay.
Why
Okay,
not?
cool. All right.
Save it anywhere. The world's your oyster until we can't find it.
Blackstock drawing.
We're like, where'd it go?
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
So
Awesome.
good.
Okay, good. Always remember to save.
Yeah.
Very, very
important. Very
Yes.
important, everyone. Saving is important.
Okay, let's get those boots off of there.
True. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I know, Alberto. Roxanne's so good for saving. She's not here today. I wonder where Roxanne is. She's always like, please save.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, she's our reminder. Ooh, there's some new submissions in there. This is cool, guys. Keep coming. I miss Roxanne too.
And normally I wouldn't bounce around as much as I am, but sometimes I feel like when I'm drawing it, like if it's not coming as natural as it should be, I'll kind of move on to something that I already know.
I think it's good. Yeah,
it's
keeps
like,
it diverse, keeps you interested too.
right, and I
You
don't want to
know?
get stuck on something where I'm like, okay, this isn't like, it's not working right this second. Let's go draw something that I already
Totally.
know can keep the ball rolling.
Exactly,
and
because
try
you've
not
got
to
to
waste
get
time.
stuff moving.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you. I do that as well. I think that's just good practice to
Yeah,
keep your pace.
Yeah, somebody, this artist, Sean Barber, who's a really incredible oil painter, and also tattoo artist in Los Angeles, I believe.
Oh, look at you bringing out all the secret info.
Yeah, well, I used to work for a gallery, and he was one of the artists there that used to show. But I remember he used to do a lot of tutorial videos and stuff for oil painting. And I always remember the one thing that I really liked about it was he's like, when you're painting, it's like always keep things in balance.
Yeah.
Do a little
Totally.
here and then
Little
balance
here,
it with some
little
color
there.
over here.
Yeah.
So
it's like dribbling, Like,
Yeah.
can't always favor the right, and I'm so not a basketball person.
Yeah, so I
But I don't know. It was your movement that reminded me of that.
So I think that's something I try to keep in mind is
Amazing.
kind of keep it balanced as you work, and usually it'll help you and help your process.
I love that. Well, I think we are at time. That is the deadline, folks. As Voodoo Val has said, I'm just going to refresh it so that we can make sure that everyone that has submitted has gotten their chance in today. Super excited. I can't wait. Man, there's some really fun ones in here. All right. And I think we are good to check these out.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's take a look on my screen. So the first one is by Hanadi Alatalbi.
Awesome. I'm trying to figure out what the little story is here.
Oh, it's not. Oh, there we go. Super. So it's like the world on balloons.
Yes.
The world's being floated around.
That's how it actually is.
Yeah, I kind of like this one lingering balloon.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's like that same Earth on top. It kind of helps balance that composition. That is nice.
That's cute. It's really cute. I also like that there's the color in here is really nice and diverse. Yeah,
pretty. I like that background color as well.
Yeah, me too. It helps pop it forward. Nice job. All right, so I'm gonna refresh this one more time. Okie doke. And the next one we have got Aurelia Norkunite.
Oh,
ooh, cool. What I dreamt on the couch. I like that.
Sleeping on the couch.
Sleeping on the couch, that's right. This is crazy, that's awesome.
This is really cool.
Wow, I love the texture.
I was gonna say, I love the texture work. I like how you've got that texture that's overlapping the bird.
Yeah, I love the nice speckles around the bird.
Yeah, it looks a little pointillism happening there.
Totally, and it's like the shadows, it's under their feet too.
Yeah,
that's super.
That's really fun.
Super fun. I also like that there's a caption on it to like really bring it home.
Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, if you didn't know where this was created.
Yeah.
That's right. Couch inspo. Nice job, Aurelia. Oh, we'll go backwards. Here we go. I think this one was submitted earlier, but now it's been refined. So Boya Sun, nice job on this refinement. Wow.
Yeah, this is great. Again, the color work is really nice and subtle. It's, really minimal palette, which is always really nice.
And I love this giant cat that's like got this weird opening on his spine.
Yeah, it's kind of giving me those Totoro vibes.
Yeah,
you know how the cat that turns into a bus.
Totally, and like the no noses on the people. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I think it's
really cool.
Yeah, this is really cool.
And you can feel the speed because of the direction of the illustrations in the background.
Right.
You're like, they're moving.
And it's like they're tight strokes, but there's something loose about the texture, which is really nice.
Totally. Nice job. All right. Erin Lafreniere. Oh, this is cute. This is so funny. I love it. It's like a little pug monster.
Yes.
It's so cute.
It's a pizza monster.
I know, and it totally looks like he has a little pepperoni nose.
He's living in your belly.
I know.
Late at night.
He's living my best life right there. That's my best life. I love this.
That's what I want my everyday to look like.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, yeah, why not? Pugs love pizza, and this is a monster pug. This is so cute. Awesome job, Erin. All right, we've got Gina Kim.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I think somebody heard that you hated corgis and was like, I'm drawing
I don't
some corgis.
hate corgis. I love corgis. I just think their little arms are so, I feel
amazing.
so bad for them.
They're meant for,
They're like, I can't
digging holes
move.
and traveling.
I can't move. I love all of these too. They're so cute.
Yes, it's adorable.
They look like little fox bears. They're so cute.
That's because
this one, especially his face.
Yes. And I kind of like the off registration and the outside the lines, a little bit of that.
Totally. It's like it kind of reminds me of my pug Rufus.
This would be a great silk screen.
This would.
Yeah. Oh. You could do some
or like
stuff.
little pajamas. I could see these as pajamas.
Yes. That leaf pattern that you could create from the it's
so
great.
Good. Nice job, Gina. All right. Sharina O'Maloney. Super minimal.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice color too. I feel like it's just like, I'm just gonna hang out here.
Yeah, I've made it this far.
Yeah.
This is my stopping place.
I'm done.
Yeah, there's something very melancholic.
Zen. Yeah, he's like, I'm good. I'm a cat. I do what I want. Nice job. All right. Hanadi Alatalbi.
That's cool.
Super. Cats in space with glasses. It's Harry Potter cat.
Harry Potter cat, yes.
He's cute. Aww.
I like these little Bezier curves. I don't know what you want to call those, but it's almost what they look like.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Totally, little space swirls.
It adds some science to the image.
Yes, very much so. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
some orbital
science.
Yes.
And I think we've got one more. This is our last submission. So this is Gretchen Bear.
Yeah,
oh my God, that's so cute. Corgi in space.
I love corgis. I'm so excited to see these.
This is so cute. And it's got that little Prince vibe too, which is really cute. It's a little,
He's
I love the
surviving.
off-center crown on his helmet.
That's really cool.
It's so cute. And his little feet.
That's
I know.
what they look like when they jump.
I know. They're so
That's them
funny.
jumping off the bed.
They're like,
It's just
wee!
feet, yeah.
Exactly.
You're like,
We
"Oh,
worry.
gosh."
We worry for them. We worry. Yeah.
Poor little hips.
So cute. These are great, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
these are
just
really
super
fun.
impressed. I love all of them. You guys
A lot
did
of
an
great
amazing
textures
job.
and colors. And,
Yeah, look at all of these. Such awesome submissions. Well, if you didn't get a chance to submit during this session, we have one more session today where you'll have another chance to submit. So stick with us. Emmy is up with Kathleen after this, so you'll be able to submit again then. Let's head back over to Chris's screen, and we've got about 20 minutes or so to keep on working on Big Jim and his bird cat.
Yeah. We'll see if we'll get to the big monster.
Yeah,
But,
right?
Yeah, I'll find ways to get it all in.
I love it.
I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do this, but I'll just.
Oh, I love this bird and his wild hair.
Yeah, I'll overshoot, and then I can always pull it.
This is great, and he's huge too. I like how big he is.
Yeah, I thought that'd be fun just to kind of.
He's like outer world size.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Kind of just.
that makes him more like unique. He's not just a toucan.
Right. There's something. That's
Weird
the thing.
about him. I like it.
Yeah, he represents something from planet Earth, but
Yeah.
he's not from there.
No, definitely not.
Good. I like to with it's always good to use lines to show form. Mm-hmm. And so kind of just adding little details like that, it's gonna.
Yeah, it shows the curve of the beak.
It shows a lot to your viewer of what's happening there, and obviously you can do that with color and other things too. But
So good.
I'm definitely I'm a line whore, as I call it. I just love lines. I like looking at lines. I like drawing lines.
You're like, I like lines.
Yeah, it's just
Hashtag
something-
line life.
Yeah, so I think it's my love for comics, and so that's something that I just do a lot of. It's exciting to me.
Nice.
Seeing really crisp lines and stuff like that. It's so. I'm gonna get his
So
legs
good.
down here.
So when did you know you were going to be an illustrator? Did you know your whole life? Were you
Yeah.
a kid illustrator? Were you
Yeah.
just like, this is what I love?
I was the art kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I played sports and I did all this other stuff, but I mean, there was really no other choice
Yeah.
for me.
You're like,
Yeah.
I was choiceless.
Yeah, I went to community college for a little bit. Actually went to Pasadena City College, which is
Nice.
cool because a lot of, you pay nothing for those classes, and you get a lot of instructors from Art Center.
Oh, yeah,
and some
totally.
of the surrounding, like Otis, and so that was really cool. And a lot of those people kind of pushed me to think bigger, and it's like going to a bigger art school is worth your time
Yeah,
if you really want to do it.
Yeah.
And commit.
this is great.
So, yeah, I think ever since I was little, that's
You knew.
something-
You just
yeah,
knew you were
I
in
think
it. You're like, I'm in it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
This is my love.
right.
That's great.
Yeah. So very, very lucky to kind of have a calling early on and be able to pursue it. And
Yeah.
have supportive parents and
Totally. There's nothing better than that.
yeah, they weren't like
They were
"What
like,
are you doing?"
no, don't do it.
Yeah, they're like, do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. I'm like, that's.
You're like,
you.
thanks.
That's
You're like,
awesome.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's very nice of you.
Well, we've got both Jordan Crawford and Dr. Jekyll and Hyde saying Chocobo?
Oh yeah, okay.
Chocobo?
Chocobo.
Chocobo.
I'm seeing it now. I see it. Yeah, it's
They're
actually.
like, Chocobo, Chocobo.
This is always what happens. I think I've got this great original design, and then I'm just drawing some video game characters. So chocobos are from Final Fantasy
Got it, yeah.
universe. They're these big chickens that you
You're like,
ride
"It's
around
just
on."
a big chicken.
yeah.
Well, this is a cat bird.
yeah. This is
This is a cat bird, you
and
guys. This is totally different.
It's got some monkey in there. So.
Yeah, some cat monkey
Nice
bird.
try.
Nice try. This
Nice
is
try.
totally original.
Yeah, this is completely original.
This is completely,
This is all being patented
yeah,
and copyrighted
exactly.
as I do this.
I mean,
So,
completely.
yeah. I might have to sue.
We're like, look, yeah, Final Fantasy came out after us.
Yeah, that was
It's like it doesn't even exist.
exactly.
Yeah, look at that monkey tail.
Yeah, so
That's
just
good.
gonna little some fur here.
Yeah, he's mangy.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes, definitely.
They're like, lol.
Some separate threads here. Let's see.
Thanks, Monier. Yeah, my superpower is smile activation. I like that.
Okay. Let's see. He's got the leg. It's gonna be like this.
He kind of looks like he's looking at the bird like, you creepy bird monkey.
Yeah. What?
He has that look where he's like looking over like, I can't believe you're the only thing left alive with me.
Yeah. He was like,
He's like, oh dear Lord.
Yeah, it's like, oh God.
Yeah.
This is the one that survived.
I know. He's like, great. It's like, it's
No,
up
I
to
have
me
to-
and this bird to save mankind.
I made a mistake.
Yeah. I should have killed the bird.
He's so hungry all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty. That looks.
Yeah, it looks good.
He's
I
on my
like his
shoulder.
beady eyes.
Yes. And that's something. That's the kind of stuff where when I go to color it, I'll kind of make those decisions of I've got all this black line, but as I'm coloring it, I'll
Yeah,
push
you'll
and
change
pull.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll lock out the layer and I'll probably go over some of that line and turn it to another color.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Different value, just kind of push it back and.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see color for this. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be using this as like a style guide.
Right.
Like
this
but a lot of
dirty,
reds.
sandy.
Yeah, a lot of like probably like red, brown, purple.
Yeah.
Kind of vibe.
Nice.
Those are all the technical.
Yeah, it reminded me because I just watched Isle of Dogs.
I watched that on the plane.
I did too, just yesterday.
I was like, thank you, Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, I know. I was like, thanks, United. That wasn't so bad. And the dog that got a bath. I was
Yes.
like, yeah, this is like the bird,
Yeah,
like he might
exactly.
have really colorful, beautiful feathers, but we'll never know because
Never
he's in
know.
this deserted, desolate, sand-ridden,
Yes.
apocalyptic setting. Hello, Joshua. Welcome. He says, sick.
Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing.
Probably fix that hand later. It looks a little off, but that's okay. It's not all gonna be
Feel like it's
perfect.
cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Quinto Dean, welcome.
Okay.
So cool.
So that's pretty good. I don't know how much time we got. A little bit of time.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of time. We've got about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of flesh the rest of this out. And maybe before I hop on color tomorrow, I'll do some fun stuff with this big guy.
Oh, I can't wait.
Maybe I'll have some of it done, and then I'll
So
do
good.
some of it just because he's a fun.
Yeah,
fun
I'm excited
character.
to see that.
So.
He has such big claw teeth. And I also like the luggage that he's sitting on. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so I was thinking, it's like he's got this
Mm-hmm.
backpack, and again, it's like it's a used Future, so he's probably the bottom is probably it's probably scraps of rubber or something
Right.
sewn together. And
He made it himself through
Yeah.
his travels.
yeah, it's probably part of it is manufactured. Part of it he's probably just kept patching with things that he's found. And so, but I mean, really for me, it was just what could I put him on? How is he going to be sitting in front of this little cooking contraption? What's going to add to the story, to the narrative?
Nice.
Because that's, with illustration, your main goal is telling a narrative.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're not illustrating. I think the definition of illustration is it's like visualizing text.
Yep.
So
I like that.
yeah, so
It's very true because you're telling a lot in just a little bit.
right, and so for me, that's kind of what I'm doing. I mean, as I'm drawing, there's a story that I'm telling myself, and as you get to different aspects of the drawing, you're asking yourself what
Yeah.
part of the story am I at now, or like what's going to contribute to the story later.
Totally. So Chandler Polakov has a question. He's new. Hello, Chandler.
Hello.
He's asking, what's your process? Like, what is it that, gets you going for a new project?
It depends. I mean, obviously, if it's personal projects, I really just love character design. That's the one thing I've always done, just even as a kid. It's so any excuse for me to kind of design a new character.
It's a good excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it, I would love to say, comes from this amazing place, but a lot of it just kind of happens. and usually it's either I'm influenced by something I saw that day, or I really try to think. I think lately I'm trying to do more like mundane things. I used to always draw like all these action things, but I started to realize I really liked illustrating cooking and eating food, or like having a coffee, or like kind of finding these subtle moments that maybe you wouldn't normally think about as like this great illustration. But kind of realizing that those are almost more difficult to draw in the sense of like, how do I make this important?
Right.
It's super, like this whole thing, it's like, he's just sitting there cooking, feeding his pet.
Totally.
Like, how can I make this important, or how can I make people care about it?
Yeah.
And so I think it's,
well, I kind of like that it's not in the moment of slaying the dragon, it's after.
Right. Yeah, and that's, I think, I've got another one that I've done. I think it's on the Behance.
Nice. On your page?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
part of the same world, and it's another character, but it's kind of in a similar.
Hi, Ashi.
Kind of a similar time where it's basically right after he's kind of fight off. It's very Dune-esque.
Ooh, I love Dune.
It's definitely a giant sea serpent worm,
so
sandworm. And so he's kind of just sitting there resting against the big dead monster.
Yes, he's like,
yeah. So, but again, it's like kind of like those after moments. It allows you to kind of imagine what that battle was like. And kind of just
he is tired. Whoa.
Yeah, it's exciting to kind of see the aftermath. Be like,
exactly.
What happened?
Owen Foster saying, nice job, Chris. Keep up the good work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, this is exciting. This is my first time really doing a big live demo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you seem very much like you're comfortable, and he's done this a million times.
I'm crying on the inside.
Yeah.
I'm really good.
You're like, I do this at home every day.
Yeah. So I think the only time really I guess doing live demos would be at school.
Yeah.
Doing like figure drawing and
totally.
kind of performing, as in front of your teachers or your peers.
Completely. Van Garnet has a great question. Have you studied any of the Brandywine illustration masters like Howard Pyle or N.C. Wyeth?
Yeah. So that was a lot of stuff. These lines are horrible. A lot of stuff that I learned and studied at the Academy of Art.
Yeah.
They're huge on a lot of those guys, Lion Decker. But they were so great too, because it was at a time where a lot of it was old etchings and stuff.
Oh,
it's like
yeah, totally different process.
Well, and you just had to put a lot of information there.
Yeah.
With stroke and line and structure and with a very limited tool set.
Yeah, if it was like lithography or
that's
totally different.
Definitely saw a lot of those guys in school.
That's cool.
Looked at a lot of that work. So those guys are definitely I look to as far as like technical ability and
again, like you had to know a little bit about everything in order to fabricate the rest.
Yeah, I mean you're basically back in the day, illustrators were doing all the advertisement, and so you really have to know.
They were the first art directors.
Yeah, that's it. So I love illustration. I think it's one of those things that'll it'll never die.
Never.
It's so many different forms of entertainment and marketing and everything. Kind of
completely
use it at some point.
And for every age.
Yeah. And I think we're really lucky right now to be in an age of not only video games but movies and films and all the concept artists that they need.
That highlight through illustration. It's like a full illustrated movie. So cool.
It's crazy that you can work from home and simultaneously work on like a Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah, that is
kind
pretty
of
cool.
Mind blowing. So I think I feel pretty lucky to be in this day and age.
I agree. It's a good time to be alive.
For the most part.
Kyle's like, this is dope. Ashi says, great work, Chris.
Thank you.
This is pretty amazing. We've got about 4 more minutes until we retire for the day.
I thought I was gonna be faster.
You're pretty quick. Look at that, some shadows coming in. Ooh, I love when I see shadow.
Yeah, yes. So this is like kind of my like comic book style where it's like I try not to do too much black if I'm gonna do a lot of color.
Yeah.
But I
like it.
Parts that are really it's like if I really need it there, it's just
yeah.
It's good to have, and it helps push the figure out a little bit.
Yeah, Davin's like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I know, this is so good.
So, yeah.
Well, knowing that we only have a few minutes left, do you guys have any more questions for Chris until tomorrow?
Let me save it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely save. You're like, I better save my work. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's asking, who's your favorite superhero comic? Jimmy is.
So honestly, I'm not a huge. So when I read comics, I usually like to read a lot of alternative comics, like Dark Horse and stuff. But my favorite superhero growing up was Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
By far, you know, the Logan comics, the Old
Yeah.
Man Logan.
Oh,
so good.
Nice.
And
You're like, old man Logan.
yeah, something about Wolverine. He's always cool.
Yeah, he's got these
Yeah.
like real human ability, kind of natural.
He's just always
a
disgruntled.
regular guy.
Yeah, he just wants love deep down
Yeah.
inside. But yeah, he's something about how he's got to get up and close to do any kind of damage.
Totally.
It's a really, it's kind of an intimate
100%.
thing that he's always been really cool.
Nice.
Oh,
So-
Nightcrawler's really cool
Oh
too.
yeah,
I just-
Nightcrawler is good. Yeah. Yup. So good.
Iron Man.
Oh yeah. There's so many good ones out there. I mean,
Yeah, it's amazing to see what they're doing with him now.
I know
Yeah.
it's kind of insane. It's a lot.
Yeah, I like most of them. I wish they would almost do. I wish there was less like fly-by camera work.
Yeah,
I'm
like more
just-
detail.
yeah,
I want to see
I
their
just want a
outfits.
still cam. Like,
yeah.
let's do this battle scene. I just want
Yeah.
one angle.
Yeah.
Like, you know, make it feel a little more real.
A little slowed down a little, so
Yeah.
I can focus.
Yeah, you know, some of it's a little.
It's too quick.
Yeah, the
Too quick for my old eyes.
Yeah, the special effects guys are.
Sounds like Big Jim talking right there. He's like,
Big
it's too
Jim.
much for me.
Big Jim doesn't like it.
Nope.
No sir.
No, sir. So before we sign out today, I'm curious. I want to go back and show everyone your first initial sketch.
Yeah.
And
let's
if we
do it.
could show that, and then show the before and after, and then
let's do
yeah.
Okay.
And stick with us, guys, because we have Emma and Kathleen up next. More illustration. Illustration is the name of the game this week, so it's pretty good.
So this is the original sketch.
Nice.
And usually I'll do blue pencil. That's in my head. That's the non-photo blue.
I love that. Yeah.
And then basically we got the line on.
It's like an architectural drawing.
Yes. So then you got the line on top. So that's what we're looking at right now.
Super cool.
Which is
yeah.
really fun once you.
Yeah,
take
when
away
you
the
take it
sketch
all
and-
away, you're like, whoa.
It's like
yeah. And I was like, progress.
Yeah, when you're doing it traditional, it's like erasing the pencil.
Yeah.
There's something very satisfying.
so
about it.
satisfying.
So that's where we are now, and I'm hoping I'm gonna do a lot more of the line work in between, and I might even put it in layers so you can kind of see the progression.
Yeah, that
when we
would be
start
great.
tomorrow.
I know
But,
chat would love that.
Yeah.
Completely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it come alive. This has been great, Chris.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you. Yeah, this has been fun.
Chris is with us tomorrow and Thursday, so stick with us. Up next, we're going to be out with Emma and Kathleen, so stay here.
Awesome.
Woo!
Cool.
Awesome.